What's up guys, Omni here. You guys know how it goes, another day, another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep. What recent news, topic, tweets, videos you want me to talk about tomorrow? Hey guys, today is Monday, May something. I think we're like 3/4 into May. How are you guys doing? I hope you had a great week. Yeah, I had to dip for a little bit again because another body part of mine exploded. First my eye exploded, then it was my, what was it? I don't remember what it was. I forget how many body parts of mine exploded, okay? But this time, my hip exploded. That's right. I've been battling with this plantar fasciitis thing on my foot. I was running and then I think I was wearing like bad shoes or something like that. I don't know. I was wearing, it was too tight. I don't know. Feet started hurting, got plantar fasciitis, been trying to heal that, but then my hip started hurting and now my hip hurts and I'm just like, bro, oh my God, wallahi. They don't tell you, man, that when something hurts, it might come from something else. And then the injury, oh my God, it's just bad. So I've been fighting for my life, okay? So I took off the past couple of days. I was doing the hip abductor machine. Do you guys know the hip abductor machine? It's this shit, this joint, bro, where you start off right here, right? And then you close the machine. I literally thought this was the easiest machine in the freaking world. I was in there putting in 150, 175, 190, 200. I was like, dang, how can I have a hip issue when I'm so freaking strong, right? And it was, I was just repping after rep. So I was like, I guess my hips are fine. Maybe it's something else. Past 3 days right after that, there was 2 days of a break and then 3 days of just non-stop pain, bro. I was just, I couldn't sit down. I couldn't get up. Okay. Be careful. This machine is sneaky. I thought it was broken, but no, this is just a sneaky machine that will hurt you much later. Yeah, I'm a lot less achy now. I think my right hip though, there's some weird going on with it. I don't know what's going on. So let me get it checked out. I don't know, man. Just body falling apart. Onk is just onk, man. I'm sorry, bro. Time is ticking. Let's talk about some news, some things you guys need to know. H.R. Russi said, hey, the Gameoverse slaps hard. Misinformation can get it. And a new Stranger Than Heaven trailer came out a couple of days ago. It features a lot of artists and a certain D.O.G. Snoop is in the video game. And also, we got a game called Gameoverse that I think it is starring Rubber Ross, and Aaron from the Game Grumps. They came out with their own game called Gameoverse. This is the actual cover. It looks pretty cool. It's giving what's happening here. I see Mega Man boots. Looks like a Mega Man cat girl. Kind of looks like an evil Princess Peach. This looks like an Invader Zim. This kind of looks like anime Sephiroth. This also kind of looks like Peach. This looks like Barney. And this person just looks ridiculous. And this looks like a robot. Interesting. Comes out May 1st, 2026. It's a Gameoverse. It doesn't appear to be a game, ladies and gentlemen. It says the Gameoverse pilot is made by Glitch Studios. 2 days, 9 million views. Holy hell. And there's a 32-minute video, bro. Gameoverse is an action drama about video game worlds and their heat death. Only one cat girl can save them by helping the villains, ? Again, created by Ross O'Donovan and co-written by Aaron Hansen. Now, I can't watch it on YouTube because YouTube sucks, so will copyright strike me. Maybe we'll watch it on Twitch and do a reaction, but kind of just going through some of the scene. I mean, I'll play it. Let's just play it. Let's see.
Here, kitty, kitty.
Okay, you know, graphics. Okay. So is a kitty girl? Is a dream about helping Sephiroth? I don't know. But it looks good. I'm always down for some new media and some more plot, some more anime, and you can't have enough cat girls. Okay, I'm a huge fan of the cat girls. Meow. In other news, did you guys hear about the Ebola breakout? Apparently it's a global Ebola thing. I forgot that Ebola was a thing, but when it breaks out, then everyone remembers it's a thing. If you guys didn't hear, the CDC basically updating people, letting them know about Ebola so that you don't accidentally contract it, okay? CDC is monitoring an outbreak of Ebola disease in remote areas of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, and Uganda. To date, no cases of Ebola disease have been confirmed in the United States because of this outbreak. Ooh, I just read a different article. CDC, the overall risk of the American public and travelers remain low. But it says here on May 18th, 2026, CDC and DHS implemented enhanced travel screening, entry restrictions, and public health measures to prevent Ebola virus disease from entering the United States amid ongoing outbreaks in East and Central Africa. As of May 17th, there are reports of 10 confirmed cases and 336 suspected cases, including 88 deaths in DRC. Oh no, oh no. And there are 2 confirmed cases, including 1 death in Uganda, and people who travel from DRC. No further spread has been reported, and these numbers are subject to change as the outbreak evolves. However, this BBC article as of this morning reads at least 6 Americans exposed to Ebola during DR Congo outbreak. I don't know so far if that means that the Americans are currently in Congo or if they got exposed, they're Americans, and now they're back in America and it's spreading. Let's find out. 1 American is believed to have symptoms, with 3 others said to have faced a high-risk contact or exposure. It is unclear whether any have been infected. CDC said it was supporting the safe withdrawal of a small number of Americans who are directly affected, but did not confirm how many. And the current strain of Ebola is caused by the Bundibugyo virus, for which there are no approved drugs or vaccines. God damn, bro. There are also 2 confirmed cases and 1 death in Uganda. The U.S. government is reportedly looking to arrange transport for the small group of Americans in DR Congo to a safe quarantine location. Okay, so it's what we originally thought. It seems like there were some Americans in the DRC that got infected, and now they are going to be transported in a way where there is going to be a quarantine location. So it doesn't look like the Americans or the United States has been exposed to this Ebola virus that apparently has no cure and no vaccine. However, the U.S. did declare and issue a level 4 travel advisory. Okay, its most severe level warning against travel to the DR Congo, saying, hey, if you have a trip to go to Congo, DRC, just don't. Right now, just don't. And if you do have a trip to DRC, how can you afford it? Because like gas prices and airplanes is absolutely insane to travel. If you guys have been trying to travel internationally, if you've been trying to go over the seas, even if you've been trying to travel domestically, bro, it is expensive to freaking fly. So, you know, we also had the Hantavirus, okay? Did we get any updates on that? So I found this Reddit thread that literally focused on the contagions and people trying to update people about the Hantavirus. And it says here that the current situation is that all confirmed probable cases were on the ship, so that's where it originated. 184 people have been on the ship and are considered high risk. 90 people identified as exposed contacts, and the WHO is recommending isolation for 42 days for those who have been exposed. They've been exposed in Argentina, Australia, Canada, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Guatemala, India, Ireland, Italy, Japan, Montenegro, Netherlands, Philippines, New Zealand, everywhere. So it looks like everyone's got kind of hit with it. The most terrifying thing about the Hantavirus is the fact that it has like a 42-day like delay, right? So there's a lot of people who can be infected that just don't know, and they'll find out literally 45 days after the fact, and they could have continued to spread. So you just don't even know. And there are some people who are asymptomatic as well. So it doesn't seem like it's spreading too bad, but I mean, I don't know. There's not a lot of information from what I've been reading in terms of updates. I think specifically because the Ebola outbreak is now taking over in terms of people talking about it. So yeah, that's viruses around the world, man. Wash your hands, mask up if you need to. Okay, be careful, you know, what you do around other people, bodily fluids, you know, all that stuff is how Ebola spreads. Okay, there's no cure to diseases and these things are killing people. All right, so this is not fear monger, right? Just practice hygiene. Like really, you should always do it. But be especially mindful of what you touch and the surfaces and everything that you do, okay? And the people that you're around. So ShadowX325 said you should definitely talk about the Chud the Builder situation. In short, he's a racist POS that was harassing black people in general, and he's currently arrested for attempted murder, and his dumbass fans are trying to pay off his $1.25 million bond as well. Okay? What is a Chud the Builder? I'm not surprised that people are racist. That's not new. He has fans. He tried to kill somebody and he got arrested. Question mark? I haven't heard anything about this. This article by AP News here says that in Tennessee, a man who goes by the moniker Chud the Builder and is known for posting racist videos on social media was given a $1.25 million preliminary bond on attempted murder and other charges on Friday. Dalton Etherly, age 28, is accused of shooting another person in the middle of the day on Wednesday outside the Montgomery County Courthouse during an altercation. Damn. An affidavit filed with the arrest warrant says that Etherly and the other men engaged in verbal altercation at about 1:19 p.m. Quote, during this verbal altercation, Mr. Etherly turned his body in a bladed stance. Bladed stance. What does that mean? I don't know what that even means. And reached for his firearm located in his right jacket pocket. Thereafter, a physical altercation ensued. Etherly fired, striking the other man multiple times. The man was taken by helicopter to a hospital in Nashville, where he underwent emergency surgery. According to the affidavit, police said that the man was in stable condition after surgery. The hospital has declined to give out information about his condition, citing medical privacy laws. Damn, bro. All right, so some racist dude shot. I'm assuming he's a black dude. I'm assuming this is a white guy, Chud the Builder. And I'm assuming he shot a black guy. They haven't said anything about a race, but that's my assumption. Affidavit notes that there were several innocent bystanders outside the courthouse when Etherly shot his gun. Surveillance videos of the incident shows a ricocheting projectile hitting nearby walls. Audio recording and witness accounts of the shooting also indicate that Etherly shot himself in the arm. Oh my God, bro. He shot himself while shooting the other dude. He cheddar bobbed himself. Oh, damn, bro. At an arraignment on Friday, prosecutors asked that he held without bond until there can be a full hearing next week. Judge Reed Poland III declined that recommendation, but said high bond nonetheless, quote, based upon the fact of how many people were here in the courtyard or at the courthouse, the serious of these felonies. In addition to the attempted murder charge, Etherly faces charges of employing a firearm during a dangerous felony, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. So I don't know if Tennessee is a stand your ground state or something like that, but they're not. This doesn't seem to be something that's self-defense. They're saying that this is attempted murder. There's a right. The question is when there's two altercations with two people, were you defending yourself or you're attempting to murder this man? And if you defend yourself, did you defend yourself by trying to attempt to murder a person? It looks like this was not something that was being drawn out as self-defense, but more so aggravated assault and reckless endangerment. Finishing up, Poland also noted that Etherly had previously been released on bond in two other cases. He faces a harassment charge in Montgomery for November. He was also charged last week in Nashville's Davidson County with theft of services, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest. So dude is just out here in the streets, causing issues. It sounds like he's got records. It sounds like he's out here with the gun. It looks like he's looking for trouble, right? Like it doesn't sound like it was like a random encounter where he's holding a gun and somebody came up here and provoked him and he's like, oh, and it sounds like guy is looking to shoot people, question mark? Because if you got priors in the very recent time, it does seem like you might be looking for trouble. An attorney who appointed to represent Etherly on the felony charges Friday, Jacob Fenley, responded to the questions about the case with an email that does not address the charges, but addresses hateful phone calls and emails my office has been receiving. Fenley said he has a history of service to people of all skin colors, and the idea that he or his staff are racist is simply ridiculous. Okay, so there's a concept about racism here. So I'm guessing it is black and white. And they're trying to figure out if his motives were racially motivated. Quote, the role of the criminal defense attorney is to represent people regardless of their race, religion, ideology, or allegations against them, he wrote. Etherly, who is white, okay, I was right on that, posts videos on social media where he tries to provoke black passerbys by using racial slurs and racist dog whistles. Okay, so he goes around calling black people niggas and then just seeing if they're going to react. Although police have not responded to the questions about the race of the person he shot, a witness described him as black. So he shot a black guy. So it sounds like he was going around calling people niggas, seeing if they would get pissed, seeing if they would maybe lash out. And then if they did, he was trying to shoot him. That's the social experiment that he was undergoing, if I'm not mistaken. Etherly was being held in Montgomery County Jail on Friday. According to jail records, a full bond hearing is scheduled on May 21st, and a preliminary hearing is scheduled for May 26th. Here is a video of him doing the thing that he does. What is up with that mustache, bro? He looks like Zac Efron with the Monopoly Man's mustache, but also... What is he doing? What is happening here?
You gonna sneak up behind me like y'all like to do? Look at this nigga chimping out. Look at this nigga chimping out. That's the news team. Y'all know his name now. Isaiah Ware. Pussy ass fuck. He talks a lot of shit on the newscast. Come over here, chimp out. Come here and chimp out. Come on over here and chimp out. We tried to have a civil conversation. Y'all saw the whole thing. Y'all saw the whole thing. You following me to my truck now? We got 18 rounds for you. We ain't got nothing else. Don't follow me in my truck, nigga. I bet you won't follow me in my truck, nigga. Come on. Look at him. Ooga booga. Ooh ah ah. Ooh ah ah. Look at these chimping out. 931 Seville. They ain't shit. Look at these chimping out. Hey, thanks for the new truck you bought me. Hey, make sure you get the truck.
Okay, so that's Chud the Builder. He is racist. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what else to add outside of the fact of the obvious of racist guy antagonizing black people by using racial slurs, right? It's you know what it is? I think it's because I've been on Call of Duty or the internet for so long that it's just basically a live version of like people that I'm extremely used to. He just decided to put a camera in front of his face and just, you know, say everything that you see online. So here's Chud the Builder, bond set at 1.25. This was the actual time moment it actually happened.
I'm going to set just a bond right now after we have our bail hearing. Then I'll let you make all the arguments. We can go through all the factors in the statute and see if that gets amended up or down. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to set initial bond at 1.25 million. Based upon the fact of how many people were in the courtyard, we're here at the courthouse, and the seriousness of all these felonies, and his bond status. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So the 26th at 9 o'clock, I'm sorry, the 21st at 9 o'clock for a bond hearing, and then the 26th at 9.
1.25. That's a lot. That is a lot for a bond. Usually when it comes to bonds, right? You can put up 10, 20% of the bond and, you know, you can get yourself out. Man, 1.25. My guess is you can't even touch that with 10 for 20%. They did that to keep this guy in. God damn.
I walked up to him because they were pointing at me. They were laughing. They were pointing at me, and I said, "What's up, guys? How y'all doing?" I said, "Y'all like the new suit?" He said, "Walk away from me." I walked away from him. He came back up to me. He literally said, "I have PTSD. I feel like I'm in." He said, "You start saying all that chimp out shit to me, I'm gonna hit you." He hit me, started wailing on me, even after I had to defend myself by shooting him. He was still wailing on me.
Where's your weapon at?
They have everything.
What weapon is that right there?
I believe that's it. Is that yours?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's talking to him right now. Oh no, you guys are gonna do your thing. Okay. He has a graze. I call it a graze to the left shoulder, left arm. He has slight abrasion right here.
Okay. So is this like Jack Doherty, but like in the future? You guys know that streamer Jack Doherty who walks around pissing people off, where he has a bodyguard taking up space, like literally antagonizing people in the street, nonstop, trying to get reactions. And then every time somebody starts to react, he sticks his bodyguard on him, except for his bodyguard was a gun. And it, and then suddenly they're like, oh no, I antagonized somebody and they emotionally responded. And now I'm self-defending. Is that what this is about? What's the point of this? What was the whole point of this project?
They won't let me in here.
They won't. Why not?
Because I said the N-word on the internet. Now they say I'm just an un-American person because I believe in freedom of speech. Isn't that crazy?
Well, considering that two of my boys are black, I can understand that.
Why does that matter?
It does. I don't like it. Just go ahead.
You don't like freedom of speech either?
Just go ahead and go.
Bro, he was over there like my white man. He saw this white guy with a Texas hat and a beard and thought gotta be one of my you know, fellow KKK members here, bro. I call somebody the N-word and now, you know, they're getting mad. I can't come in because of freedom of speech. Again, the idea is yes, you do have freedom of speech, right? But these establishments, okay, these places, these YouTube places, these Twitch streets, these companies, they have something called terms of service and rules, right? Some of the rules might be like, don't verbally harass anyone, right? Don't be bigoted. It's just rules, okay? So yes, you have the freedom to break rules, okay? And then people have their freedom to reject you based on you not following their rules. Freedom of speech still exists, but it's always like freedom of speech without the consequences of the rules where people are putting restrictions on speech. That's what it is. And I guess that's what he's trying to make it as, is this war on speech by purposely trying to attack people's rules. But I mean, censorship, I don't know, but it's masking under the guise of just calling black people niggas.
I'm gonna stand right here, nigger. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna go to jail? Look at him. He's gonna waddle over to the cop. Considering 2 of my boys are black. Fuck him. And guys like that are what?
Yeah, all I can see is Jack Doherty in the future, trying to antagonize and piss people off. And I don't know, the way that I feel about it, chat. Okay, again, I don't feel like angered or enraged or nothing. Again, this does not surprise me in the least bit. Okay, again, we've been in this space for a long time. I've seen these games before. I've played these games before. My thing is like, if you're a proponent of freedom of speech, right? Why is this the way, right? There's so many ways to approach freedom of speech. There's so many ways to approach censorship, right? Why is this the method specifically? And why is this the way that you choose your time? I think the way you do it, it says a lot about the why. I also just don't understand like that this is the energy that you want to put into the world. Energy in, energy out. This is the energy that you want to put into the world to prove some point. I don't know, man. Some people are so far gone. I don't know how to explain the world that they live in. I have sympathy and empathy for people who are so lost in their own sauce of sometimes just hatred, that this is the end result of it. Sucks to suck, but I guess is what it is. Anyway, that's Chud the Builder. The hearing is going to be at the end of this month. I'll let you guys know what comes of it. But yeah, I don't know, chat. I don't know what to say outside of what has already just been kind of shown. Why, bro? Why do this to yourself and others? There's so many healthier ways to go about fighting for the cause that you say that you want to cause, in my opinion. So yeah, shit just seems like an excuse to be racist, right? Using the freedom of speech in order to express racism. You know, it's just very interesting that you chose going after black people. You know, you didn't go after women, you didn't go after religion, you didn't go after any other types of demographics where there is censorship and consequences to freedom of speech. You didn't go after anybody else. You just decided to go after black people specifically. That's the angle that you decided to fight your cause for. And I think, again, it says a lot that that's the angle that you chose. So Base Pills said, how optimistic are you about the future? Question mark. So you know, everything we used to enjoy is drastically being driven by monopolies and investors. Instead of the culture is killing everything. You know, it's a pretty interesting question because there's a lot that can be talked about the future. There's a lot that can be talked about optimism as well. There's also the future of like what my life or what the United States or the world or the economy, the monopolies and the investors, the wealth divide. Okay, this administration that's specifically making the wealth divide larger and larger, destroying the middle class, the fact that millennials and people can't afford homes anymore and they're too costly. Okay, the wages are not going up with the cost of everything else going up. I mean, in terms of optimism, I don't think that I try to think of a better future. I kind of look at the current present and I think to myself, how do I set myself up for success, considering that the future will be worse, preparing for the worst, hoping for the best, but always preparing, creating a gap between, yeah, I think it's going to suck really badly. How do I prepare for that scenario? I am worried about the psychological impact of the children and the teenagers and the young adults and even people who are in their 30s and 40s as well when it comes to social engineering of social media. People's mental healths, I think, are under attack at a large scale, and the impact of our mental health combined with the scaling of technology and the social engineering to control us and to pacify us specifically, I don't think we've caught up. I think that we are currently in a place where we are getting poisoned. Our minds are currently always being constantly attacked. Dopamine is being taken advantage of, and we're being pumped by these companies. And there are a lot of people who are trying to speak out about it, to talk about the impacts of what's happening in society. And a lot of people have no idea that they are trapped in this system. And when I say trapped, they don't have self-awareness. And if you're not aware of the game that's being played, then you're kind of like trapped in a maze that you don't even know exists. Education is really important. And having people talk about the system like we do all the time, I think is also important, in spreading that knowledge. But even when people know what's happening, it's still difficult to overcome the trials and tribulations of just like basic survivalness. So some people can even be disturbed to be talking about some system when they're just trying to get past the next week. That is my concern with the state of the world. It feels like there is an attack, and an invisible one, on all of us. And we're all trying to shield ourselves, but we're getting hit every single day by these things that we can't see. I think the best thing to do is to be careful with the energy that you expose yourself to. Like the things that you eat, you are who you eat. That's who you are. The things that you digest, the information that you consume, the energy from the information that you consume, the people who are around you or in your circles. I think it's so important to pay attention to how you and all of us at home spend our time. Okay. Literally from a second to a minute detail. And when you can identify people who are not good for you, cutting them off, that's really important. When you can identify activities that are around you that are not good for you, learning how to cut those off as well. There is how do I put this? I feel like in order to kind of better equip yourself for the future, you have to kind of take a look at your present and look at all of the things that are dampering you or that are hurting you, right? Before trying to build new habits or trying to start saving or trying to do new things or good things, or before you do all of that, look around you on your day to day and see what you need to cut out first, okay? Once you cut out all the noise and all the bullshit and you free up your energy, you free up the mental capacity to be able to address things like the future and monopolies, investors, right? And the future, the middle class being destroyed, right? You have to get yourself in a space where you can actually think about these things without crumbling under the pressure of trying to survive in the present. You feel me? A lot of it has to do with taking care of your mental health, your physical health, right? We falling into our routines of eating right, exercising, moving our bodies, protecting our dopamine, bro, and just being healthy. We have to take care of the fundamentals first. And in terms of the future, I think there are going to be some people who are going to fall to the wayside, unfortunately, because they're not self-aware of what's happening. Or maybe they are self-aware, but they just have too much shit to deal with. And I think it's really important now than ever that we as communities stick together and continue to talk about these things so that we can push each other up and keep our energy close and keep our energy good. I think it's really, really important to make sure that your circles are clean and good, more than ever, because the volatility of the future is so unknown that I don't think that any of us can risk or afford having so much negativity and toxicity in our lives. You feel me? I don't know if I answered that question properly. The short of it is that I think that if you are grounded, then you can be optimistic. You know, the world and the future is what you make of it. But you have to first become grounded. And to be grounded, you gotta do a lot of work. There's a lot of work to become grounded. But when you can reach that place of groundedness, which takes some time, but when you do, then I think that you can be as optimistic as you like, despite what actually ends up happening. There's a level of stoicism that needs to be practiced when it comes to, you know, things that are outside of your control. And the future, completely outside of my control, I don't think it's going to be all doom and gloom. I'm not that black-pilled. But I think there's going to be a lot of different struggles from what other people struggle with. And I'm very curious to see how it plays out. But I'm hoping that all of us makes the right moves to get through it. So Critter Keon said, could you please talk about this game Mixtape being glazed and hated? All right. I've seen clips about this one. This one, I have seen some things. There's a game that came out. It's called Mixtape. And I think it centers around these three people who are like in the 90s or 2000s, and it's a game. I think it's like 4 or 5 hours long, and it's one of those, like, how do I put this? The word I'm looking for is not woke, but it's interesting. It's a retelling of an age that probably creates a lot of nostalgia for some people who lived in that time zone. But the way that it's done might be a little bit cringe and turning it into a game as well, from what I've understood and heard. There's not much gameplay involved. It's more so an experience. It's kind of like, what's a game that did it really well? You guys remember Life is Strange? Pepper Sponge remembers Life is Strange. Life is Strange was a game about these two girls who could basically manipulate time. And it allowed you to kind of like navigate different options in like a Telltale type game. And I remember playing it a long time ago, and I don't remember the entire premise, but it was really good. In my opinion, Life is Strange, the original, was good. Second one, I didn't really like too much, but I think people have been trying to capture the magic of Life is Strange for quite a while, and I think some people might have compared Mixtape kind of towards it. People keep playing this clip, in case you haven't seen the game. Let me keep the volume a little bit down for copyright purposes. That's not bad. I'll turn it down. There we go. But yeah, she's spamming the light. Okay. I have to be completely honest. I still haven't played the game, so I don't want to judge it. Based off this 30 seconds alone, I wouldn't play. Oh my God. It feels forced. God damn it. How do I articulate this? It feels artificial. It feels like jingling keys. It feels like how I felt about Mario movie, the second one, where there's just too much happening. And I don't know if it's because I fell in love with like slower movement type things. Like, you guys know Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, or, you know, things where things are like not just straight up throwing things at you with music and sound effects and visual cues. And I don't know, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. So I don't know. Let me play the rest of the 30 seconds. What the fuck are they doing? Are they having a seizure? This man's eyes are closed. You should be dead. This is it. This is what streamers do. This is not safe, bro. His eyes are closed, and they've been closed for at least 5 seconds. That's crazy. What is it about? What are they doing? The smug look. Okay. I don't know, chat. Maybe this isn't the game for me, but I already don't like it. Some people said that it was fun. People, some say that it was good. Maybe it's just this scene. But, you know, like, I don't know. So far, the vibes are really weird.
Understand, this ain't a catastrophe. It's a warning. Daddy, if you trap me here, this will only be the beginnings of my wicked ways. Cause I'm angry and I'm wired and I'm fixing for a whole lot of trouble. If you make me stay here, I'm gonna burn the whole fucking place down.
See, this is what happens. This is what happens when you don't beat up your child enough. Yeah? For days like this, I pray that kids like this get enough beating.
This B2%, this is what happens when you don't beat your kids. Did she just say, I'm fixing for a, if you make me stay here, I'm going to burn the whole place down. Something about I'm fixing for a something. I'm fixing for a whole lot of trouble. Who talks like this? There ain't nobody ever said these words ever. And yet, guys, IGN gave this game a 10 out of 10. What do you mean? So a 10? A musical delight from start to finish. Mixtape sets a new standard for coming of age stories in video games and does so with a masterful sense of style. 10 out of 10? Maybe I have to play it. So far, from what I've been exposed to, it did not feel 10 out of 10, but I didn't play the game. And I kind of like to judge things based on my playing of it. So maybe I'll go on twitch.tv/Inferno Omni and play Mixtape and give you guys, maybe tonight. Maybe I'll do it this evening or something. I'll play it and I'll... Bruh. Guys, it says the scores are in from Annapurna Interactive, IGN, Dual Shockers, Indie. All of these people giving it 10 out of 10. Insider Gaming, GameSpot, 9 out of 10. Wait a minute. What if this game is peak? I have to play it. This is crazy. I've never seen, I don't even know if I saw scores like this for a Silk Song. What in the ham fat, bro? What if this thing gets nominated for the Game Awards? Might have to play it. Yeah, I think I got to play it and I got to find out myself. You guys want to come hang out with me, twitch.tv/Inferno. I'll probably play it today or tomorrow, and then I will come back and I'll let you guys know, I guess, my thoughts and opinions, because this game has to be absolute peak according to the scores, right? But from what I experienced, I didn't even want to touch it. So maybe there's a mismatch going on. But all right, guys, that's all I have for today's video. If you made it in, drop a like, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I'll catch you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out in these streets, because these streets are not safe. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.